Yeah, feeling healthy makes you feel magical, basically, you know, I think. You know, it's very important, isn't it, you know?
Yeah.
And I think, like, um, enjoying the moment, you know, even the moment is very magical,
Yeah, definitely.
you know. I'm, you know, as I'm getting older, I am starting to sort of feel the magic a bit more, you know. I mean, me, as I've said in my previous episode, going through a separation, losing my family,
Yeah.
hurt me big time.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and I kind of lost my happiness for a long time. You know, I lost my home. You know,
Yeah.
and you know, you can't be happy when you know, when you've got to sort your life out again, basically. You know,
Start over
and it's a
fresh.
bit of a mess, your life. Do you know what I mean? And you know, it's taken me quite a number of years to get back on track.
Mm.
You know, and have a stable place to live in now. You know,
Yeah.
and feel the magic again. Do you know what I mean? Feel the happiness.
Yeah.
You know, I think like happiness is very magical.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
Mm. Yeah, definitely.
The more happy you are, the more magical you're going to feel. You know.
Of course, yeah. Yeah, it's natural. Yeah.
I mean, even sex itself. You know, when you know, it's magical.
Yeah.
It's, you know, two souls working together and feeling good together. You know, I find it quite magical.
Well, it's a magical thing because obviously it's energy. You know,
Yeah.
it's two people. Like people forget, like women are like the port. A woman's womb is like the portal to another from another world coming to this planet. In a way, you know, a woman's womb. You know, it's you know,
Well, it is a portal to
it's
Earth,
it's
isn't
a
it?
portal to Earth. You know, the womb, the woman's womb. Like women are magical. Like you know, they're able to bring forth life, bring forth a whole human being. You know, it's
I like, you know, I think one of the most magical feelings, you know, I mean, when I'm on my own, whatever, yeah, I feel quite magical, you know.
yeah.
But when somebody's actually loving me, which I've had in the past, you know, and stroking my hair or whatever, you know, it makes you feel nice, you know. And being touched is something that people miss a lot, actually, I think, you know, because, like, for instance, you know, your relationship with your mother, with your children, with your friends is different to a relationship that you're going to have with your wife, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
actually sort of have sex and things, you know,
Mm.
and you actually touch each other.
Of course, yeah.
You know, where you don't. I mean, you obviously touch your children and things, but they don't really touch you. You know, that, I mean, obviously, like when my daughter used to come on me, she used to sort of go like this sometimes, whatever, you know. But it's not the same
Yes.
in a kind of way, you know. It's a different thing, you know.
Yeah.
When someone's loving you, that has got to be the most magical thing in the world, you know.
Yeah.
I think, you know,
Yeah.
and actually, you know, somebody's actually, um, yeah, caring about you,
Yeah.
you know.
Mm. Yeah. Showing you affection and
Yeah, yeah.
kindness and yeah, definitely. Yeah, but like you said, it's all different relationships. You know, the love you get from your children. You know, the love you get from your kids. Like you know, just like every day, my daughter comes up to me and say I love you, daddy, and gives me a kiss, on my cheek, and it's just lovely.
She's so sweet, got big brown eyes.
Yeah,
She's
so
so lovely.
my son as well will always comment out, before he
You know,
goes to bed, love you,
children are magical.
So it's different dynamics, you get throughout life. There's so many different roles and relationships that we have. You've got a relationship like I got, relationship with my wife, relationship with my kids, relationship with, as a son, with my mum, relationship as a brother to my sisters, etc. You play different roles. It's you know, very interesting. But yeah, life in itself is the most magical thing I think we have. Um, and I do believe in miracles. Speaking about miracles, I do believe in miracles. I do. There are some things that have happened, that are kind of like unexplainable. That happens quite, every now and again, where something just happens where
Well, like you've been born.
well, not even that, but that too. But you know, But sometimes you get people who are just like get saved, you know, from, you know, like near-death experiences or whatever the case may be, and it's just kind of unexplainable how they kind of survived, but they did, you know. So yeah.
Life is like the future. You know, nobody knows what's going to happen today, tomorrow, in a kind of way.
Yeah.
We do in a kind of way. It's probably going to be the same as today, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, today it's been raining all day, you know, but tomorrow it might be a bit drier.
Yeah.
We don't know,
Yeah.
really, do we? Well, we get a bit of an idea, don't we? You know, but, you know, a year ahead, you know, it'd be New Year's Day again.
Yeah.
You know?
2024.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we just begun 2023, first day today, like I said earlier, January 1st. You know, New Year's begun. Well, the New Year really, just speaking on it very briefly, used to be in spring. Because that's when the New Year really begins, in spring. When all the flowers begin to grow again and everything begins to bloom.
It should be really, shouldn't it?
You know, but that's when it used to be.
Really?
But they've changed it to January.
I didn't know that.
They changed it to January, you know, they turned it into January, you know, after Christmas, you know, made the New Year January 1st, you know. But originally, obviously, the New Year used to be beginning of springtime, you know, when everything would start to bloom again, all the flowers would start to grow again, and etc. You know, spring and then summer, you know. So, yeah.
Just like, you know, apparently there used to be 8 days a week. You know, the Greeks made 8 days a week, and then through a war and a takeover, whatever, the Romans
made it 7 days a week.
7 days a week, you know.
Yeah.
So,
but they did that based on the planets too, because you had Monday, each day of the week with the 7 planets. They had a different name for each planet. You know.
What's Friday then?
I can't remember. You'd have to look it up. But Monday is Moon Day.
Yeah.
Monday is Moon Day. Sorry, yeah. Saturday is Saturn. Sunday is the Sun. Monday was the Moon, and the other ones had the ones for different other planets. If you see what I mean, Mars, etc.
Yeah. I mean, even the universe itself is magical, isn't it? Really. You know, we're all existing in it, aren't we? You know, even existence itself is magical, isn't it? You know what I mean? You know,
consciousness,
yeah. You know, a miracle or magic. Again, you know, the imagination. You know, we've got an imagination, each one of us. You know, most of us have.
Yeah.
You know, how magical is that place, or how magical is your imagination?
Yeah.
You know, the imagination, you know, is almost got like magic in it again, you know, like magnets as well, machines, you know, magical and all this, you know, in a kind of way. It's interesting, you know. I think like people don't really talk about magic much, do they really, or miracles? I mean, sort of like 300-400 years ago, they used to go around hunting for people that did magic.
Yeah, they did.
All the witches and things, and burn them.
They did,
you know what I mean? Pretty horrible death, if you ask me, you know.
Yeah, the Crusades and shit. Yeah. But a lot of people back then too were falsely accused too, you know, of being heretics and stuff and burnt at the stake, you know. There was a lot of people back then there was a lot of people just because they didn't want to accept, you know, what was being kind of enforced upon them, you know, because they were refusing to accept something that was being enforced upon them by the sword, you know. But basically said, you know, if you don't convert, you know, to, you know, the Roman version of Christianity at the time, you know, they were going to kill you, you know, you were a heretic, you know, you were a magician or a warlock or a witch, you know. And like you said, sometimes they, you know, so don't get me wrong, there was a lot of witchcraft going on back then, just like there is a lot of witchcraft going on today, whether or not people want to accept it or not. That is a reality. There are people out there that do practice these different practices, and they believe that what they're doing has an effect and has etc. You know, and it works. A lot of these people, you know, so yeah, you know, but yeah, you know, there is there is, speaking about magic, there are a lot of magical practices out there. You know, lots of people that practice all sorts of different types of quote unquote magical practices. You know, so yeah.
There's all kinds of people out there, seriously.
Yeah.
You know.
You know, there's all sorts of different types of spiritualities and stuff out there where people do witchcraft and all sorts of stuff, maybe where they, you know, pray to different gods and have different altars and burn different incenses and etc. You know, sometimes give sacrifices and stuff, chickens and all sorts of shit. You know, so yeah.
But yeah, even the elements, you know, fire, lightning.
Yeah.
But very magical, isn't it? Really? All these elements that we got, you know, all the different metals we've got.
Iron, copper, etc.
How they also change,
Gold,
actually.
silver.
They change, actually, elements to temperature
Yes.
as well, you know. So, like, for instance, metal, for instance, if they're magnet, you know, if they change their temperature, the magnet power goes and all this, you know, and all it alters a little bit on each one of them.
Okay.
You know, and each metal's got different magnet powers, you know.
Yeah.
One, you know, like copper, for instance, might have be more magic.
Magnetic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's a magical word almost, isn't it? You know? It's got the same letters in it, for instance, you know, but, yeah, I forgot what I was going to say.
Yeah, magnetic. Some irons.
Yeah, all the different metals and things, you know,
Yeah.
water, very magical stuff, very beautiful stuff as well, you know, it's like fire, you know, very beautiful to look at,
Yeah.
but you wouldn't want to put your hand in it.
Oh, of course not. No.
You know, that would hurt. You know, water, you know, I mean, can be quite dangerous really, water, you know, like the ocean itself, you know, it's all around us, do you know what I mean? Big ocean around us, so we're stuck on this, basically a little island with mud, you know, and the ocean could just instantly, you know, it does, doesn't it?
It does happen.
Sometimes, whatever.
You get some places, not even right now in some places in the world, you get places that still get tsunamis today quite frequently, you know.
Yeah.
They get tsunamis and shit hit, you know, wipe out parts of their islands and shit, like, you know, or whatever the case may be, like, you know. It's not easy, mate. You know, or some places to get landslides as well, and also, you know, all sorts of stuff. Really bad flooding. You know, people's homes and roads and all sorts of shit get washed away. Sometimes with really bad flooding, like, you know. Yeah, it's not easy.
Not to, you know, like I say, they change for the temperatures as well. Like water, for instance, it can go hard into ice.
Yeah.
And stone hard. Do you know what I mean? You know, and people can die because of that.
Oh
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
You know.
Well, I saw the other day there was a guy in the UK actually. He got lost. They couldn't find him, his family or whatever. But wherever he was living, somewhere in the countryside, it was like a river, like a little small river or something.
Yeah.
And apparently it was icy. And I think what happened is he was walking across it or something, and it must have broken. The ice must have broken. He must have slipped it. He must have gone down into this icy pond, river, whatever it was, and he died. They couldn't find him for a few days, and then they found him. You know, so he died. You know.
I mean, you know the coolest place in the world, don't you? It's Sapporo.
Yeah.
It's the coolest place in the world, and the record apparently is minus 82.
Wow.
Can you imagine that?
Wow.
You know.
Wow.
You know,
Well, last time I was watching this thing about these people that live somewhere in Siberia. I can't remember where it was. It's a really remote place in Siberia, and there it was like minus 18, 20.
That's cold, like, isn't it? Yeah.
Like.
So you can imagine minus. You can minus 82.
So imagine minus 82.
Probably
yeah.
the record that is apparently. You can Google it, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just temperature.
Ever measured.
Yeah, 80, minus 82. You know, you just wouldn't survive in that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, and you think like the elements again. You know, fire. Very beautiful, and we need it as well. You know, you think the sun is fire, in a way. You know, it keeps us warm. You know, it keeps us alive. You know, so we need fire. You know, we need air as well, and air can be quite dangerous too, especially when it blows. You know what I mean? It gets quite strong winds. It can blow you away. you know, or the the oxygen can change temperature as well, you know, and it can become quite dangerous, you know, and, you know, if it gets too hot, you wouldn't survive, do you know what I mean, and all this sort of stuff. If it gets too cold, you know, do you know what I mean? And then you think about water, you know, many people drown in it.
Oh,
you know, so many people died.
Every year.
Well, in the past, whatever, you know, I can't, you know.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people die by drowning. You know, let's put it that way, you know, and you think water is beautiful, we need it, we love it, you know, but it's also very dangerous.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Or can be, you know, or if it gets too hot, you know, it can be dangerous, you know, if someone poured some hot water on you, you know, boiling hot water.
Scold you.
It would be nice.
It would melt your skin.
So you think like these elements are beautiful, but they're also pretty nasty.
Yeah.
You know, including fire, you know, and electric, you know, and a lightning, you know. Beautiful sometimes, you know, but, you know, also very dangerous, you know. Very magical, if you ask me.
Yeah.
You know, the whole earth itself, you know, the way it all, you know, how it is, you know. I don't think people appreciate it, you know. You know, even soil, you know, the plants need it, but it's also dangerous, you know, it can be, you know, it can pile on you all of a sudden, do you know what I mean? Mud, turn to mud.
Yeah.
You know, and mud's very dangerous, you know.
Yeah.
Like quicksand, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, so got all these sort of magical elements, but they can be pretty powerful as well at the same time, you know, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I think we're all magic, you know, every living being really, you know, is quite, you know, like we mentioned before in previous episodes, we all got a bit of a different past.
Oh, yeah.
It makes us a different personality really, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some people got better imaginations than other people, do you know what I mean? You know, like a young person, really, like a 3-year-old, they've only lived 3 years, you know, do you know what I mean? So they really ain't got much of a past to look at that age, do you know what I mean? They've only had 3 years.
Yeah.
You know, they've only just opened their eyes, you know, and your past grows.
Yeah.
It just slowly grows, you know, and I think like we're all slightly a little bit different, you know. Some old people, like I say, they haven't done much all life, you know, or not even read a book or met anyone.
Yeah.
You know, so you've just got lots, you know, I think there's just lots of different magical people out there, and some people don't realise they're magic, how magic they are, do you know what I mean? Can you imagine living your life, your whole life, without achieving anything really?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I think achieving something in life is a magical thing, you know.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
You know, if you're able to do something
significant.
Yeah.
Contribute to society in a productive and progressive way. You know. Yeah, if you're able to create something that enhances human life in some way, shape, or form, or you know, or is enhances.
I mean, like for instance, if you, because you like writing songs, don't you?
Of course, yeah.
And you just sort of released a new track, haven't you?
Yeah.
And you're going to release a lot more in the future.
That's it.
You know, you know, it takes a bit of time to put one of these together, doesn't it?
Well, it does everything, especially when you're doing it independently, like myself, where I'm put like you just said, like my new single, Always on the Grind, you know, is out.
It's had quite a few views, hasn't it?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
5.8.
Well, I was going to say, yeah, so far on YouTube it's had close to 6,000 views. On Spotify it's had 25,000 plays, roughly, almost 25,000 plays. Yeah,
you know,
just over a month ago. So it's already had about 25,000 plays on Spotify, and it's you know, doing decent numbers, it's fairly decent numbers on other platforms as well. So yeah, but yeah, like you said, because I'm doing it all independently, you know, I have everything I strategize everything myself and have different release dates for different things, and you know, etc. You know, Because obviously when you're releasing something, you want to have a bit of a strategy as to how you kind of want to market it, and you want to make sure you've got your artwork done for your single and etc. Lots of different boxes and things you want to tick in order to have different things to promote your kind of music or your single or wherever it may be.
Then you've got to start working on your newer stuff.
And then the newer stuff while you're already in the process of releasing something new, along with all the different material and promotion stuff that you've created to market that single. While you're releasing that and releasing all that stuff and working on that, promoting it, like you said, you're working on the next thing. You're thinking about the next ideas for the next single, how you're going to market that, how you're going to promote it, what artwork you want for it. Do you want to shoot a video for it, or do you want to do just like a lyric video for it, or what is what's the intention behind it? For obviously for each track you've got different kind of ideas and different intention as to what you'd want to do with it. So yeah.
Yeah, and you put a lot of energy into each song.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And you upload it, yeah.
Because people forget too, like you said, you got the process. Like me, I will work with different producers online, get them to send me beat packs. I'll go through the beats, select the ones that I want to buy, or want to use, or want to have, or want to write and record to, and that's usually my process. As soon as I hear a beat, and if it inspires me kind of like straight away and it makes me want to start writing straight away, I'll save that beat and say, listen to matey, out of the 10 beats you just sent me, I want these 2, how much you want? 100, 50 each for each one, how much, ask him how much royalties he expects, of course, because some producers, they want like a 10% royalty of each track they work on. If you see what I mean, you keep 90%, but they want a 10% because it's their beat, essentially. I'll write my songs, go studio, record songs, make sure it's recorded perfectly. You want to make sure you've got your verses, your hook, your bridge if there's a bridge, your ad-libs, etc. And then mixing, mastering, and etc.
Once you're happy with it, with everything, you upload it. And it's there, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've achieved something.
Oh, definitely.
As you know, I do music here, and I like sort of working on music, and I'm hoping to improve in my future. And I'm personally not doing it at all to get famous.
Yeah.
Or I don't really do it for money either. It's just something I enjoy doing. Do you know what I mean?
Fun.
And I just enjoy it.
Yeah.
And that's that. And I think like everyone needs to find something they enjoy doing in life, that's for sure, do you know what I mean? And I think a lot of people don't find what they're doing, do you know what I mean? And, if you enjoy, I don't know, there's lots of things, different things out there, isn't there?
Yeah.
But like me, I love doing music,
Yeah, likewise.
Makes me feel happy,
me too.
And the better I get at it, the happier I feel actually, do you know what I mean? Kind of way,
Yeah.
And, so I think like happiness has got a lot to do with magic.
Yeah.
It's a very magical feeling, but it's not the only thing that's magical.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of other things that are magical, in life,
Yeah.
I think like, the elements, very magical, but the soul, the spirit, got personality as well,
Yeah.
It's very magical,
Yeah.
And you think like ghost, when we're dead, when we die, we become ghost.
Yeah.
Do we, alright? But we're kind of like ghost now.
Yeah.
But we're alive.
Yeah.
In a funny way, and it's like, like if I went for a walk now and I went round the shop, it's dark out at the moment, but you don't really know who you're going to bump into next in life, do you? Do you know what I mean? It could be your mum. Well, it's not going to be my mum, but because she lives quite a long way. Do you know what I mean? But you don't really know who you're going to see next in a kind of way in life, or meet, or you don't know whether you're going to meet him again. In a funny way, I know that's sad, when we say goodbye tonight, I might not see you again for some reason,
God forbid.
Well, it's like I saw my mum last week, but I don't know whether I'm going to see her again.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's quite a ghostly world.
Yeah.
Kind of way. You
People
know,
could be here today and gone tomorrow.
well,
Yeah.
I think we're all spirits.
Yeah.
You know, and there's something magical about spirits.
Yeah.
You know.
As we all know, like you said, you know, we're vessels. You know, we're spiritual beings in a physical body. You know, a spirit in a body. You know. You know. Your soul, your spirit is who you are. What makes you, you know, what makes you up as a person. You know, who you are as a person. You know. It's like when you're gone, when your time does come. Hopefully, hopefully we have a nice long life, and when our time does come, you know, when you do go, people don't remember your body. You know, people remember you. If you see what I mean, you know, if you've got people that love you and care about you that you leave behind, you know, they don't remember your body. They remember you, who you are as a person. You know, and that's your soul. You know, that's your soul. That's your essence. That's the, you know.
I don't know, when I think about my nan, you know, I look at her, I see her face, so I do look at her body, you know. So I mean, like, if somebody's been drinking, like you showed me that video earlier on.
Oh yeah.
So funny.
That's so funny.
This guy they're drunk, he
Yeah.
was, and he was really walking so awkwardly. I can't remember what I was going to say now.
Yeah.
I've lost my train of thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, even the memories, you know, very magical. How, you know, like you can say, I mean, remember something right now, you know.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think it's just magical. You know, just the ability to remember something, you know, in life, you know. And I think, like, people don't appreciate that one.
Yeah.
You know, or the ability to dream, you know, and the ability to dream of something. With, you know, you could say you meet someone, yeah, for the first time, you know, sort of like talking to her, and you can have the, you know, dream with her, and actually plan with her about what you're going to do tonight. Do you know what I mean? And do you know what I mean? You can plan things. Do you know what I mean? And you can actually dream together and make your dreams come true. You know, like you're going to buy a house together because you're in love now. Do you know what I mean? And you can make those dreams come true, or have a baby together. Do you know what I mean?
If you choose to,
You know.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I think that's quite magical, really, where we can even, we were talking about making films up.
Yeah.
You know, if you had enough money, you know, we were talking about that in previous episodes, weren't we? You know, but to have the ability to dream of a film, or an idea of a film, and make that film actually a reality, you know, for people to go and watch.
That's it,
You know, so, you know, I think like dreaming, you know, is a very magical thing.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, I think it's a miracle actually, that we're born in the universe, right? Yeah, we could have been like the worms, do you know what I mean? Not that, I mean, I don't think they've got the ability to sort of like dream. Worms, do you?
Probably.
You know. Well, apparently, you know, like worms, I've said it before, but worms have only got 2 senses. Okay. Plants apparently only got 1. You know, but like snails and shells, things like that, you know, slugs, they've only got 2 senses. So I don't think they've got the ability to dream. You know, it's like if you ain't got no eyes and you've got no ears, they say blind, deaf and dumb.
Yes.
You know, because if you've got no eyes, you can't, you know, you can't see things, and you know, if you can't hear things, I don't think you can dream.
Yes.
You know, you're not growing your memories. You know, that you think like whatever you see becomes a memory.
Yeah. And
whatever you hear becomes a memory, you know, in a kind of way, you know. But like if you haven't got those 2 handy, very useful magical tools, which I call them, you know, those senses, you're basically quite dumb in life, you know, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, I think, you know.
Yeah.
And I think like some people are very imaginative,